Now, answering your questions about the law and legal issues. This is Legal Break with attorney Gary Bruce.
Hello there and welcome. And welcome, Gary. It's good to see you again.
Good morning, Maureen. Good to be here again.
Absolutely. Let's pull up our question. Gary, the person who hit me was on their phone. Are punitive damages allowed in that situation?
Yeah, and the easy answer is no. I think the law is developing a little bit in this area, so we're seeing some push toward describing that kind of behavior maybe in ways that qualify for punitives, but really no. You know, there's always something that causes it, right? It's usually not, we call it an accident sometimes, but it's usually a series or one really bad decision that leads to these things. The bad decision in that situation is looking down at the phone, maybe texting, violating Georgia law, really. But it's still, so is speeding, and we don't award punitive damages for speeding. So, now, you know, it's not going to be a case of punitive damages based on just you looking at the phone. Now, I'm sure if you're drunk and looking at the phone, then you can have punitive damages.
Yeah, if there are other factors involved, right? So when can punitive damages be awarded to that point? Yeah,
generally they are held or allowed when there's wanton or just egregious behavior. Drunk driving is one such way. Punitive damages maybe if you just don't care, you know your brakes are out and you drive anyway, or you put somebody behind the wheel knowing that they're just a terrible driver. That can sometimes be the basis of punitive damages. It's really just a lack of care, lack of concern, a pattern that warrants some deterrence and punishment. Because what you're looking at is intent. There is no intent. Most people don't have an intention to rear end somebody. They make some bad decisions. They're responsible for what they did, but they didn't go out that morning saying, I'm going to run into the back of somebody. So that's not punitive behavior. But if you do something that is just so depraved or lack of concern for others, then yes, that's when it's allowed.
Okay, all right, very good. I'm glad that you cleared that.
And I'll point out another thing that comes up sometimes. So pure denial is not grounds for punitive damages either. So even if it's just as clear as day whose fault the wreck was and you deny it, well, you lose credibility, of course, as a defendant. Nobody's going to take you maybe seriously about anything else, but it's not the basis of punitive damages. It can be the basis of abusive litigation awards for attorney's fees. So there's another area of law.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Gary. See you on the next Legal Break.